Your desire to constantly be involved in the market and be in a trade could be killing your profitability. Stay tuned. Hey traders, all right, we've all got to learn these lessons. We all have to go through the lessons that we know, that many traders say, we read about them, we hear about them, sitting on the hands, not doing something, not executing, but we kind of have to learn it. I know I had to learn it myself, but I knew better. 2004, 2005, trading every single thing possible, this, left, right, center, and just making zero progress. And we have to kind of almost go, there's some lessons that we have to learn ourselves. Hopefully, you have to learn a lot of things like blowing up multiple accounts or, making $1 million and losing $1 million, or all these kind of crazy lessons that some traders have to go through to get to the other side. But there are some things that I think all traders have to do, and it is overtrading is one of them, and being involved in the markets. Because in our brain, we have this kind of logical thing that says, right, you know what? The more I'm in the market, the more money I'm making. And that makes sense on a certain level, right? Because you can't make money if you're not in the markets. And that, you can't dispute that. You go, well, it's true. If the market's going up and I'm not in it, I'm not going to make any money. But what we forget is that there isn't actually edge being in something all the time. Being involved in all the time means that you are just taking substandard trades. And the thing with that is a chance that those trades could actually undo your good work. And this is kind of some of the things that often happen. Traders are taking very good trades, well thought out, good, solid trades, and that's putting money in their bank, it's building their P&L. And the other side of the coin, they're undoing it all by overtrading in things that aren't happening. So this applies to scalpers as well, by the way. If you're a scalper, you're probably long gone by now because you're thinking, no, it's a load of old nonsense. But if you're still here, if you're a scalper, it applies to you too. It's understanding that being in the market all the time, okay, let me just put a caveat. If you're an investor, if you're a very long-term swing trader, you've got a portfolio of stocks, this isn't relevant to you. But in a way it is, because on a very, very long term, you might not want to be in the market all the time. Still, you're like, if there's no opportunity, market's too highly priced, whatever metric you're using. But let's talk about trading. We have the desire to trade, and we think, hey, the more we're trading, the more money we're going to make, and we forget the fact that we can undo all the good work with bad trades. And in reality, guys, our edge as traders, and I literally just did a video about retail traders' edge, probably up already. If it's not, it's coming up, so make sure to subscribe and all that other good stuff. Where is our edge and how we spot it? We only have a very small edge. And I know that's hard for us to find as traders in the beginning. I get it. So where's my edge? I know what I'm doing. What am I supposed to be doing? But really, when we have the desire to be in the market so much, we end up taking substandard trades. The markets are so active. We've got so much to choose from now. We really don't have an excuse to be in substandard trades. There's no excuse other than you feel like you should be in something. And we need to kind of get rid of that feeling. We need to say, you know what? The edge comes from being in the right trades. And the argument is, well, if I'm not in the right, I need to be in something because I make money. But think about this. If you were in the best trades in 10 times the size, how much better off would you be? I know that's a kind of a wild example. That's what you're aiming for ultimately. You're aiming to be in your very best trades. And this is the journey we're on. You're in the journey you're on is to, okay, what am I pretty rubbish at? What am I not that good at? Okay, well, that's not what I want to be. And these are my very best trades. How do I spot those? How do I get better at trading those? Okay, how do I get better at adding size on those? And that's our ultimate goal, is to be in the very best trades that we think are the best trades with the biggest size possible. That's ultimately what we're trying to do. So it's reducing being in the market all the time. And even if you're a scalper, maybe you want to scalp actively at the open or the US session open or certain levels and bang, 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 fine. But you don't want to be scalping when it's just sitting there doing nothing. If you're a swing trader or a day trader, specific times, specific markets, specific price moves over a key level. Oh, outside day, great, I'll trade it. Oh, we're broken through prior low and pushback. Oh, I'll trade it. Oh, we're in a significant uptrend on a daily. Oh, I'll trade it. It's being aligned with something that you consider to have edge and not undoing all your hard work by being involved when there isn't something there. Now, this is hard to do sometimes because as a trader, we kind of go, I want action. I want to be in a trade. Right? I feel like I want to be in a trade. I want to do something. I want to kind of, feel like I'm going to make, and that's hard for us to go, hey, the best thing for me to do now is to sit on my hands. And Jesse Livermore said it in Reminiscences of a Stock Operator. The best thing he learned to do was just sitting on his hands. And that actually is not only taking a position, but that comes when actually you're in a position. And this is blends together a little bit because When we're in a position and we have the urge and we have the desire, should I say, to cut the position early, then what do? We look for another trade. Whereas in reality, it's sometimes saying, well, this is a good trade. Leave this thing, don't touch it. Yeah, you might get a bit of drawdown, but this is a good trade. It's a great trade. You wait for this thing, hold the damn thing. Stop meddling with it, stop playing around with it, because it's going to have a double impact on you. Number one, you're going to be cutting that early. Number two, you're going to be like, well, what's the next trade? Oh, I need another trade now. You're going to be looking for another trade. So this is why we're talking about holding trades longer and all this kind of stuff. And sometimes I'm digressing slightly here, but hopefully bear with me. I'm sure I'll get hammered for this from some of you, but sometimes you leave a little bit on just to make sure that you feel like you're doing something. So a small slither of that size on that trade, leave it. Have a stop way down. Well, I'm doing something. I'm ticking the box in my brain that says you should be doing, well, you've got a trade on. You've got to trade on. It's like I talk about some hacks before about using limits and stuff. That's not necessarily operationally sound, but it's mind sound, because you're going, okay, I've got a limit order in, I'm doing something, I'm active. You know, whereas we sit there and go, I can't see any trades, I need to trade. I still can't see any trades. Well, okay, I'll take that. You know, that eliminates or helps to eliminate that. You go, okay, I can't see any trades, but I have these orders in ready for if the market does X, Y, or Z. So I'm acting, I'm ready, I'm on the front foot, I'm being aggressive, I'm taking, you know, I'm actually doing something proactive in the markets. I'm not just waiting. And yes, it's a minor thing, but these are the hacks, guys, that help us to stop taking trades all the time. So title is, your desire to always be in a trade could be killing your profitability. I might change that to is killing your profitability, because we want the action. We want to make money, we like trading, we like money, we like all these things, and so the ultimate thing is, well, we should be in a trade. But that is not the way to do it. The way to do it is to be in the best trades, and you can be in the best trades with more size. And finally, if we go on down that angle, I know I've gone all over the place with this video, guys, but you know, I think this is an important thing. You take 10 trades, and 9 of them are just bad trades, nearly slipped up there, are just bad trades and substandard trades. You're taking 10 units of risk. Would you not be better in taking 10 units of risk on one trade? Yes, the argument could be, well, one trade, you don't know what's going to happen. Of course not. But if you had that and extrapolate those 10 out over 100, 200, 300 trades, well, maybe then it's kind of 30 trades and you're taking 10 units of risk per trade, you're going to get a far better result. So if it's a financial decision, if it's a financial justification, then just say that, well, why don't I just bypass all these substandard NAF trades and put more risk on my better trades? That's a bit more of an advanced thing, but that's the argument you can make with yourself. So anyway, that's the point, guys. Your desire to always be in a trade could be killing your profitability. Just watch yourself. You feel like you always have to be in the market, you always have to be in a trade, no matter what time frame you're trading on. It's probably not doing you any favors. You know, I would suggest that it's probably something to work on and think about and work out when your best trades are made, where best times, best strategies, best market conditions, all this kind of stuff, and really drilling it down, because that will help you loads. And I know that sometimes you're like, oh, I can't hear what you're saying, understanding this, and I do apologize, guys, but this is the kind of stuff that I think helps you move the needle the most. I know it has for me. This is the kind of stuff that I churned my way through, trading way too much rubbish, way too much nonsense, and having great trades and undoing it with just nonsense trades, and then just going, well, duh, if you look at what everyone is saying, it says, don't do this. So 10 years ago, light bulb, or just trade stuff that works for you. That's to stop me taking these substandard trades. And then working on that consistently. And how can you get bigger in the right trades? How can you just stop taking substandard? You're never going to stop your losers, but there's a difference between a losing trade and a trade that's just taken just because you think it's okay. You know, there's a lot of difference. Anyway, guys, take care. See you next one.